and to simplify the processes involved in establishing and closing business ventures, with the goal of reducing business startup time to a maximum of 30 days by 2015. At the 5th Summit, we also made strong commitments to foster energy efficiency and conservation in the public and private sectors, to encourage the development of diverse renewable energy sources and technologies, to develop cooperation strategies that will promote access for our people to reliable, efficient, affordable and clean energy, especially into the poorest sectors. To work towards an agreed outcome at the 15th session of the Conference of the Parties to the Climate Change Convention in Copenhagen in 2009 in December, and to enable the full, effective and sustained implementation of the UNFCCC, and to strengthen in cooperation with the Americas in the area of disaster risk reduction and management. These are but a few of the commitments made in the Declaration of Commitment of Port of Spain, based on its theme, securing our citizens' future by promoting human prosperity, energy security and environmental sustainability. The risk we must avoid is that the commitments remain just that, commitments on paper but not in reality. And in order to make them meaningful, we must now focus on implementation. 3 years ago, when we accepted the chairmanship of the summit's process, we noted that the goals of Trinidad and Tobago's own blueprint for development, or Vision 2020, and many sub-summit mandates overlap. Each of our countries has a development strategy, and I'm sure that many of our government policies, programs and projects have objectives that are aligned with summit mandates. We aspire to mutual goals, and as we move along in our individual development paths, stronger partnership and cooperation will lead to strengthened and more sustainable implementation. And as we learn from our national development initiatives, collaboration with institutions, civil actors and business sectors is also essential at the regional level. The fact that member countries have plans that fulfill summit mandates actually makes monitoring implementation much more feasible. At our last meeting in Honduras, the Summit of the Americas Secretariat proposed a monitoring system to record the progress related to the mandates of the summits. Such a system, if refined and implemented, can centralize, collate and organize a great deal of information in a coherent manner. Another important step in the follow-up and implementation of summit mandates is the call that our leaders made to the technical secretariats of all inter-American ministerial meetings to inform their ministers and high-level authorities of the mandates arising from this summit and to initiate strategic actions by the end of 2009 to facilitate the implementation of our commitments. We should note that there are ministerial meetings scheduled in the near future, including both the 16th Inter-American Conference of Ministers of Labour and the 5th Ministerial Meeting on Agricultural and Rural Life in the Americas next month. These meetings are real opportunities to put words into action. In addition, and very significantly, we must recognize the launch tomorrow of the Inter-American Social Protection Network, which is scheduled in New York. And this initiative shows that we are taking our commitments seriously and we are ready to work together to make progress. As we look ahead to the next 3 years and to the 6th Summit of the Americas, we have to ask ourselves, what kind of world will it be and what progress will we have made? As I have noted before, a lot can happen in 3 years. I am optimistic that the world economy will again look quite different from the way it does today. We will have emerged from Copenhagen in December with decisions that impact our global well-being. There will also be several elections between now and the 6th Summit that may alter the political landscape of the region, and there may be events that lead to an even more inclusive summit in Colombia. Finally, on behalf of the government and the people of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, let me say again that it was an honor and a privilege to have you, your heads of state and government, and other delegates as our guests in Port of Spain for the 5th summit. As the first small island and first CARICOM country to host this summit, it was a historic moment for us. As Trinidad and Tobago now moves to host the upcoming Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, we turn our attention to other parts of the world. But our belief is in the potential of such meetings to further our collective development remains. We must learn from the past, and we look forward to the future with hope. The outcome of the 5th summit would not have been possible were it not for the invaluable spirit of partnership and cooperation of each member state and of our hemispheric partners, the Secretary General and Assistant Secretary General of the Organization of American States and the Summit of the Americas Secretariat, other institutions of the Joint Summit Working Group, and representatives of the peoples of our countries, civil society, youth, labor, and the private sector. In closing, let me reiterate our congratulations to the Republic of Colombia and our commitment to share our experience with you, as we have already started to do, to make the next summit even more successful than the last. Distinguished delegates, I thank you. We now